God bless you, siblings. I had this intense dream, kind of intense dream yesterday morning. Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning. And I wrote it down. It's about an invasion. Actually, in this point, there was already an invasion. So there was already an invasion at this point. This was like some of what of the aftermath of what was going on. So let me get to it. It actually took place in a town close to where I currently live. So I typed it up and I'm just going to read off of it. It was in a town away from where I live. It was getting invaded. People and some of my family were in there as well. When all of a sudden a group of military people that invaded us and showed up. They were actually on the grounds already. Like I didn't like other dreams I had where they're coming flying over the head. No, they were already on ground. And there was a lot of shooting. There was a lot of chaos. People running scared and everything. People trying to defend themselves, but not everyone had weapons as they did. So they began killing people, uh, and they began killing people. And some of these people ran into this building. I actually ran into the building as where they were scared. Some of the civilians had weapons, and others didn't. Some tried to fight. I actually was one of the ones shooting back at them. At one point, they came into we were trying to like keep them out. At one point, they were coming into the building, and the building was a lot of the pieces of the building were like demolished, or like for example, a piece of the wall or a pillar that fell over, and the only way to get to that other side of the building was to crawl under or somehow crawl over, but over was more risky. Um, so I think they one of them saw me from afar, so they were also coming toward me. Um, so I'm crawling under this big, huge block that tipped over, and again, the only way to get over there was under. So I started crawling under as they were following pursuit, right? So I crawled under this piece of building. I crawled, but the invaders were on our tail, like they were real close. Um, actually had a bag of weapons as well, which was interesting. So I crawled under there, and I kind of looked back, and I saw that there, mind you, there's dead bodies everywhere. I looked back and I saw that they were close and they were in pursuit of me. So I did what I did. I did a smart move, and unfortunately, I found a dead body there, and that was bloody. So I took the blood. I kind of crawled back down, and I reached in, touched his blood, and I did like this and put on my face, and I just laid there dead, plain dead. Um, I crawled in there, but the invaders were on our tail. I had a bag of weapons, so I crawled. He was close, so I rubbed my hands on the dead body onto my face. I closed my eyes and acted like if I was dead. When one of the invaders crawled past me, I stopped breathing. So I was just like, so when he was crawling and he seen that I was bloody, he was probably like, this guy's dead. Let me just keep going. So he crawled past me. Um, he thought I was dead and continued past me. I stayed there until he left the area or his group left the area. Once they left, I came out of the rubble. I also seen two of my uncles there and my grandma was there. And this, I don't know where they live, but was I know a general area where they live. So it was crazy is they um it happened to be near where they live, or at least the vicinity. Um I came up and looked out the broken side of the building. So again, there was a piece of building that was broken, no wall. Uh, so I came to the building. I came. I looked out of the broken side of the building as others did to see if they left, and it was clear they actually moved on and went to another plot, to another spot. Many people were scavenging too. I also saw fake humans, and let me explain what this was. So there was creatures trying to shapeshift and pass as humans. Um, and there was a truck of people that were going around to help people who were, in trouble. It was like this big truck with a trailer and everything. There was more of them, but they started scanning the. It was weird. It was some type of technology that they would shine it onto the people, and it will reflect and it will show that there's actually creatures shapeshifting to try to pass as a human. Um, and again, it was nighttime. So they had this truck and they were driving around looking to help survivors. At which point it was night, and I began yelling at them, "Hey, hey, hey!" To let them know we were here. But I wasn't yelling too loud because I didn't want to alert any other foreign troopers or whatever they're called, the army, the one of the groups that invaded us. So again, not only were they looking for survivors, but they were looking through that certain light, which kind of was like a black light, but I'm not too sure. So when they would shine the light and they would expose. the people who were shapeshifting, the people that were the creatures that were shapeshifting into a human was reptilians. Um, so once they shine on them, they would signal back. So like some people were walking, some people were on this truck, and they would signal back to another truck and like do something like that silent talk to let them know there was a reptilian there. So the people that were in the truck would come out and they would either kill those reptilian shapeshifters or grab them. And they had to shine some sort of light. Back to what I was saying, you didn't want to yell because you didn't want to alert any other troopers. If you had a flashlight or you had your phone, you would like turn your phone on and like use the flashlight. But what I also understood is that there had to be no service, so the phone was kind of useless except for the part of just having it as a light. And then when I got in a heated argument with one of my uncles because he wanted, like, there was that big piece that was opening on the wall. My grandma just happened to be in there, and they wanted her. The one uncle who was out wanted me to help get her out, and I got in a heated argument like, we're trying to make sure no other ones are around before we bring 80-something-year-old grandma out. Um, and I got in his face. We got in each other's face. I said, if you have a problem with it, why don't you go over there and go help her and grab her? Which he didn't want to do for whatever reason. He was just calling. He just wanted to call the shot from far away. So that's why I wrote here. He wanted others to do it. I understood that I had to get home. I knew that my mom and my stepdad was there. So I found a car. Like there was cars scattered everywhere. So I found a car. I got in it and began to drive home. So as you would think in a scenario like this, there was cars crashed, there was cars on fire, there was cars that ran out of gas, whatever the case may be. So on this road, I had to maneuver and get out of there. So I got in the car and began to drive. Cars were all over the place, either shot up too, or crashed. About I was about a half hour away from my home. I dodged parked cars. I thought, wait, let me look at the gas. And the gas was it was like right above the E. So I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to make it to my home in this gas. So I was thinking I might have to park and find those cars that are crashed and somehow try to siphon the gas out. But I didn't have tools, so I would have to makeshift some type of tool or whatever. As I pondered, this, and I was like, okay, well, as I'm driving, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to somehow either drive all the way and somehow find a tube or anything. Um, I saw this as a civilian. I saw this as I didn't think of Jesus. I didn't think of anything godly, and I think the Lord just let me see it that way to let me know the type of things humanity is soon to see here in America. Um, I've seen dreams where multiple countries are invading the U.S. I don't know anything about time frames, and even when I woke up, I collect. There's something that I collect a lot. I've actually been, chilling out on just collecting and buying these things. And I turned over and looked at it after I got up from the stream, and I was like, this is what it's going to come to. There's no point of me collecting any of this because it's useless and worthless in a situation like that. So I was just thinking, and I still am thinking to this day, to right now, is like, I should just start selling all this stuff, using the cash for, my family and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But I was just thinking about how useless the things that we collect in a situation like that would mean, what we'll have. So that's the dream I have. I had an experience on the U.S. after it's invaded. So seeing the troops on the ground means that they were already here for some time, and they were just spreading out through America, just trying to get rid of opposition. And I don't even know what else they were here for. But that was a dream. Take that to the Lord if need be. God bless. Be safe. Links are in descriptions if you need to reach out to me or anything. And take care.